welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath, and I just like doing these little talks on the way I feel about things, and I'm always feeling some kind of way about things. Got Benny over here. It's an overcast, rainy, drizzly day, cozy day. Taking full advantage of the cozy dozy of this day, and got to sleep in until about 4:30. That was good, and then about being up for about an hour or so, got to go back to sleep until freaking darn near shoot. Got to sleep in. Mom slept in. That's the reason. It's a shift. It's a fall. Things are changing. You got to reacclimate weather-wise. Get ready for the colder months. And our bodies are different than the last swing around this part of the cosmos from last time. So there's new adaptations that need to happen. We've been content. Mom had another flare with the lotion, and so I got more what I know, and I'll never not get that kind again until somebody recommended something. So I'll try that. But until then, until I get a opportunity to get that, I'll just keep doing this. But she puts the fan on, and it's more of a comfort. I mean, it's not cold. It's not cold, but she's cold. I'm not cold. She's cold. She's tinier than me. She doesn't have as much meat and bones, so who am I to say what cold is really, right? So it's not cold to me, but it's cold to her, so she leaves the heater on her, and then it dries out, and it's drying her out. So I'm like, all right, Mom, you gotta, and then you gotta be delicate in how you present it, without being manipulative, because it's all balance, and it's like, Mom, I'm gonna keep putting the lotion on, because it's helping, because we discovered last night that the pump was broken, and I had to swap it out, and so she hadn't been putting it on, because I'm like, why hasn't it been better? Because the last time this happened, I did this, and this got better. Why isn't it? And it's because the pump was broken, so she hadn't been using it. She's just been putting water on her face or something. So we got it all sorted out. See, I'm always freaking looking for solutions, trying to figure stuff out, I need a broader scope. She'd like me to get out of her hair a little bit more often, too. And I leave her, I'll go out and hang out in the yard for a couple hours just so she has some privacy, because it swears on her, too. Anyway, so there's good stuff going on. I know it seems like things are all freaking whoop-de-woo and freaking crazy insane, and that's because, well, there's a thing called spiritual warfare, and it's always exists. It doesn't ever. It's light and dark. It's the full spectrum of life and the spiritual experience. And who's licking? Who licky guy? Tata? You're the licky guys. I keep it clean. Love you guys. Don't start snoring though. I don't want that kind of background music. So So I was listening to Molly McCord. I recommend her talk today. She does 2 talks, Mondays and Wednesdays, and she's that same vibe as Adrian and Elise, kind of, they just, I don't know, they're nice, soft-spoken, and they just always, I've never heard a message from there that I haven't been in line with in some capacity, and so, and we have different backgrounds, so it ain't nothing no 100%, you just take what you resonate with, find the alignment, and leave the rest, and she was talking. And it made me think about, I think in natural terms, but I think of, modern words that people have used, and then I think of them, in nature sense, like the World Wide Web. I think of a literal spider web, where everything is connected, And, Teta, you good boy? Papas, come on, you don't need to be, now it's obsessive. Now it's Luna's not even in here, so just chill. So, they all have their particularities. Benny already likes to be under the blanket all the way, and then he gets too hot, makes himself hot, and gets snippy, and then ends up panting all over when I realize that he's been under too long. And Benny likes to be part of the way under, but not all the way, because he likes his back exposed. What are you gonna do? We're all freaking autonomous spirits, Not all dogs are all the same and stuff. Where are you trying to go? So I'm trying to have a talk. So, data information. So I look at this cloud I was thinking about this cloud and how not I'm gonna shift gears. Number one, because I don't like the song that's on, and it's freaking messing me up. And number two, I'm just not liking it, so I'm gonna change gears. I was talking about spiritual warfare. Now, we all have light and dark. I think that everybody pretty much knows that at this juncture in life. You know, we all have good and bad, the little angel and the little devil on our shoulder, you know, the id, the ego, superego, all that stuff, that service of self, service for others. We got it, right? Now, what people are finding out is that the woo-woo stuff is more real, and that balance is crucial. So, you know, we all got good and bad in us, you know, but what do you got more of, and what are you pointing that and directing that and guiding that? What are you doing with that spark in you, you know? And more people are like, they've been living a very self-serving manner for a very long time, and it's, you know, it's not working for them. Now we have free will, and we are part of a free will universe, and everybody can do what they want. So yeah, you know, people are choosing living that ego, man, and they're living big. They're living big. But there's levels of spirituality, and there's levels of awareness, and there's always levels. There's levels in video games, there's levels in the masonries, or whatever they are, you know, there's always levels. And the thing of it is you can take from people to level up, or you can give to people to level up. And I choose to give of myself to level up, you know, because I use all the data I've ever collected in all the 45 years, you know, and I started young. I had my first birth chart done on parchment paper, so this is my world, you know. So now people are finally stepping into my world. Welcome to the world of self-awareness. And it's not always comfortable, and it gets ugly, and it gets dark. However, you get through all that stuff, that lower dimensional stuff, it frees you up, and it raises you. And when you raise in frequency, and you free up all that feeling of ill will and resentment and justifiable anger and all that stuff, you free yourself from that, you get a bird's eye view. You get to see things from a different perspective. You'll come into an awareness that the life gives you all the answers right when you need them. You know, we're given teachers, you know. I'm never without teachers, as long as I have places that I can connect with, and I connect with people that I don't like too. You know, I don't particularly care for the Leo cub. I listen to him as long as I can handle it, you know, because we ain't that far in alignment. He's about mid-tier, and I'm past the freaking necessity for freaking money and property, prestige. Freaking, he drives a vet, and I never even. That's an indicator to me that somebody is very much so an ego, because I don't even think they're cool cars, you know, and I'm a freaking kind of a gearhead, so. But it's the principle of things, you know. I live in principles, and my principles seem to be a little bit higher than other people's principles, because I just see people that are continually freaking are going against their principles, their light and their spirit, you know, to go for things that are made up, like status, you know, clicks, likes, you know. And it's cool that more people are seeing me, you know. More people, my stats are changing, they're peaking a little bit, because I'm up here with my awareness and my knowing, and that ain't even coming from an arrogant place. That come from the place that I did the mofo work. I did the work. I put the time in. I went within. I freaking cried the tears. I purged the pain. I did all that, and I still will continue to do that, to free me up, to level me up, so I get a higher perspective, you know, because the more I understand me, the more I understand you, and then I don't gotta be mad at nobody. Because I learned, it took me 45 years to learn how to love myself, you know. So it's gonna take some time for me, you know. I should not have the expectation that it's gonna, you know, the world's just gonna love me instantly now that I've recognized how I deserve to be loved. No. It takes people time to come into the place, you know, because when people start loving themselves, they'll see me. When people start raising in vibration, they'll see me more. When people start caring less about money and more about people, they'll see me more. I'll show up on their feed. I'll show up there, you know? Because I'm a messenger, and when the student is ready, the messenger appears, you know? And I get the same message from other people, but that's the thing, is I go to places that make me uncomfortable, you know? Because we ain't always in alignment, but sometimes, you know, if I don't want to miss a message that's good just because we have, you know, our personalities don't line up, because we have placements that make us different, you know. I know every time I see something I don't like in somebody else, you know, I know it's something I don't like about me, and it's usually, you know, to be honest, I'm envious. They got stuff, and not a Corvette that I want, you know, or like, you know, but I know, I'm fully aware, I know every trigger of every painful emotion of where stuff comes from. I know it. And, in this incarnation, and I'm learning from the ones that are triggering me that have been there from the past, you know, and that's the things that people are finding out. Mama, go cuddle. Go on. Is that people are finding out that there's stuff that has happened in previous incarnations that their spirit is carried into this incarnation, and that this is what's been happening, you know, for generation after generation, you know, because this stuff is passed on in our birth lines, you know. It's just either, are you going to be greedy, or are you going to be not? Are you going to be more for everybody else, or just for you? This stuff ain't rocket science. Mostly rocket science is made up. Because if they don't like how an equation, you know, they'll freaking manipulate and change things, and it's all freaking made up stuff, and they pay themselves too much anyway, you know. And we ain't allowed in space because we freaking what we did to the planet. You think any freaking advanced being is gonna let us go out and trash that too up there? No. We grounded, y'all. So that's about all I got for now. Hope y'all have a rad day. Peace.